Hello all, my name is Mr. A. Sutar, Assistant Professor, Sharad Institute of Technology, College of Engineering, Yadra, Ichalkaranji. Today's subject is Energy Conservation and Audit. In that, we will see the energy conservation basic concept, terms, definition, and what is the need of electrical energy audit. So let's start. First point is, what is energy? We already know energy, it is a capacity of physical system to perform work. Okay, it is nothing but the capacity of physical system to perform work, and it has unit kilowatt hour or watt hour. That is nothing but it is a multiplication of work and time. Energy exists in several forms such as kinetic energy, heat energy, mechanical energy, electrical energy, etc. According to law of conservation of energy, the total energy of the system remains constant, though energy may transfer into another form. According to law of conservation of energy, the total energy which is present in universe is constant, and we can convert one form of the energy into another form of the energy, such as we convert kinetic energy into electrical energy, mechanical energy into electrical energy, again the mechanical energy into the kinetic energy. These are the example of the energy conservation, energy convergence. Next, types of energy. First, mechanical energy. Mechanical energy is the energy that results from the movement or the location of any object. Mechanical energy, it is a sum of kinetic and potential energy. So mechanical energy is nothing but there is a one movement of any object, then we will get the energy, that is nothing but mechanical energy. Or simply we can say, if there is a object of any, there is a movement of any object, then we will get the mechanical energy. Okay, so next, thermal energy. Thermal energy or heat energy refers to the temperature difference between two systems. If there is a temperature difference between any 2 points, then we will get the thermal energy. According to Seebeck effect, Seebeck effect tells us that if there is a temperature difference between any 2 points, then thermal energy will be flow from high temperature to the high temperature. That is nothing but Seebeck effect, and we will get the thermal energy. Next, nuclear energy. Nuclear energy is energy resulting from changes in atom, nuclei, or from nuclear. Nuclear energy we will get from the nuclear reaction which is happening in the atom. Okay, that is nuclear energy we will get from the atomic changes in any atom, such as uranium, germanium. Next, chemical energy. Chemical energy results from chemical reactions between atoms or nuclei. There is different types of chemical energy, such as electrochemical energy, electromechanical energy. So chemical energy we will get from the chemical reaction between the molecules. Electromagnetic energy, the energy which is get from light or electromagnetic waves, that is called as the electromagnetic energy. Okay, these are the types of energy. Next, world energy consumption. There is a one chart regarding the world energy consumption. On x-axis there is a years, and on y-axis the energy consumptions is there. Okay, there is a oil energy coal energy, natural gas, hydro energy, nuclear energy, other forms of the renewable energy is there. Okay, as we see, the oil energy has a large consumption in the world. Okay, and from the 1970 to 2010, the oil energy use of the oil energy is going to be continuously increased. World energy consumption refers to the total energy used by the human civilization. It involves all energy harnessed from every energy source applied towards the humanity endures across every industrial and technological sectors. Next, India's energy consumption. As we see the graph, in India, the coal energy, use of the coal energy is large as compared to the other forms of the energy. That is, use of the coal energy is nothing but near about 59.5% as compared to the other form of the energy. So in India, we will get the electrical consumption or electrical energy from the coal. Okay, then there is a hydro plant, wind plant, solar plant is there, biomass energy is there, nuclear, gas and diesel form of the energy. Next, energy conservation. Definition, objective of energy management. The fundamental goal of energy management is to produce goods and provide service with least cost and least environmental effect. Let's see the definition. The judicious and effective use of energy to maximize profit, that is nothing but minimizing the cost of production and enhance competitive positions. Or we can say the definition, the strategy of adjusting and optimizing energy using system and procedure so as to reduce energy requirements per unit of output while holding constant or reducing total cost of producing the output from this system. Energy management is nothing but the optimizing the energy which is available, use of the energy optimizing, along with there is one procedure to reduce energy requirements per unit of output, that is nothing but energy management. Okay, so objective of energy management is nothing but the main objective to achieve and maintain optimum energy procedure and utilization through the organization. That is the main object of the energy management. Next, to minimize energy cost, waste without affecting production and quality. To minimize environmental effects. These are some objectives of energy management. Energy audit. Energy audit definition as per the Act 2001. Energy audit is the key to systematic approach to decision making in the area of energy management. It attempts to balance the total energy input with its use and serves to identify all the energy streams in a facility. It quantifies energy uses according to its discrete function. Industrial energy audit is a fundamental to comprehensive energy management program, and the definition of energy audit is: energy audit means the verification, monitoring and analysis of the use of energy, including submission to technical report containing recommendations for improving energy efficiency with cost benefit analysis and action plan to reduce energy consumptions. Okay, so energy audit is nothing but the one process in which we will done verification, monitoring, analysis of the energy uses in any premises. According to that, we will submit the technical report containing the recommendations of how to improve the energy, how to improve the cost benefits analysis, and the action plan to take on energy efficient or energy, how to improve the energy. The primary objective of energy audit is to determine ways to reduce energy consumptions per unit of production output or to lower operating cost. Energy audit provides a benchmark for managing the energy in the organization and also provide a basic plan for more effective use of energy throughout the organization. So energy audit gives us the benchmark at which we will done our work, or we will done our energy save our energy up to the benchmark which is set by the BEE, that is the Bureau of Energy Efficiency. Okay, that is nothing but the energy audit. Next, one example of the energy conservation. There is a comparison between the incandescent lamp, halogen lamp, CFL lamp and LEDs. Okay, let's see. For getting lumens up to the 450, we will require the incandescent lamp near about 40 watts, and same if we see for getting the lumens near about 450 lumens, CFL required, that is 10 watt. Okay, and if we see we require the lumens 1600, the incandescent lamp required wattage 100 watt, and same the CFL required only 20 watts. So that is nothing but the energy conservation. We replace all the